Admiral Kren of the Galactic Empire surveyed the tactical display with satisfaction. The human fleet appeared before him like scattered leaves, 37 vessels of various sizes, their hulls gleaming dully against the starfield. Intelligence? Reports had described Earth's military as primitive, their technology centuries behind the Empire's standards. The humans had barely achieved faster-than-light travel a decade ago, while the Empire had conquered star systems for millennia. "Begin the standard intimidation protocol," Kren commanded from the bridge of his flagship, the Dominion. "Let these primitives witness true galactic power." The Empire's armada consisted of 200 warships, each one a testament to their technological supremacy. Energy shields that could deflect nuclear weapons, plasma cannons capable of vaporizing asteroids, and armor forged from materials found only in the cores of dead stars. The humans stood no chance. Captain Ryan of the Earth Defense Force watched, the alien fleet through his viewport. The enemy ships stretched across space like a metal constellation, their designs elegant and menacing. He had been in command of the frigate Defiance for 5 years, but nothing had prepared him for this moment. Earth's first contact with an alien civilization, and it was hostile. "Sir, they're broadcasting on all frequencies," reported Lieutenant Beck, his communications officer. "Put it through." Admiral Kren's voice filled the bridge, translated by their universal communication systems. "Humans of Earth, you stand before the might of the Galactic Empire. Your primitive vessels are no match for our technology. Surrender now, and your deaths will be swift." Ryan exchanged glances with his crew. They had known this day might come. Ever since the first alien probe had been detected near the outer colonies, Earth's fleet was indeed outmatched in raw numbers and technology, but humanity had learned hard lessons during their wars on their homeworld. They understood that victory wasn't always about having the biggest weapons. "All ships," Ryan broadcast to the human fleet, "assume defensive formation Delta. Remember your training." The human vessels moved with practiced precision, forming a complex defensive pattern that maximized their overlapping fields of fire while minimizing their exposure to enemy weapons. It was a formation born from countless battles in Earth's solar system against pirates and separatist factions. Admiral Kren observed the human maneuvers with mild interest. Their tactics showed competence, but competence meant nothing against overwhelming firepower. "Begin the attack. Target their largest vessels first." The Empire's plasma cannons erupted in brilliant flashes of light. Energy beams that could cut through mountains lanced toward the human fleet. But something unexpected happened. The human ships scattered like startled fish, their movements too quick and erratic for the Empire's targeting computers to track effectively. "What is this?" Kren demanded as his weapons repeatedly missed their marks. The human vessels weren't trying to match the Empire's firepower directly. Instead, they used their superior maneuverability to stay in motion, never presenting a stable target. Earth's engineers had built their ships for speed and agility rather than raw power, understanding that the best armor was simply not being where the enemy expected. Captain Ryan watched as the alien beams passed harmlessly through space, where his ship had been moments before. "All ships begin harassment pattern beta. Keep them guessing." The human fleet split into smaller groups, each one attacking from a different vector. They couldn't penetrate the Empire's shields with conventional weapons, but they could do something. Else they could be annoying. Missile volleys forced the alien ships to adjust their formations. Precise strikes from railguns damaged sensor arrays and communication relays. The humans were like a swarm of angry wasps, too small to kill a bear but capable of making its life miserable. Hours passed, and Admiral Kren's frustration grew. His massive fleet should have ended this battle in minutes, yet the humans continued to dance around his ships like ghosts. Every time his forces tried to coordinate a decisive strike, the enemy would vanish into the void, only to reappear somewhere else entirely. "Sir," reported his tactical officer, "we're detecting a new contact on long-range sensors. Single vessel, approaching from the asteroid belt." Kren barely glanced at the display. One more primitive ship won't change the outcome of this battle. But, as the new vessel drew closer, something about it made the Admiral pause. This ship was different from the others, larger, more angular, and built with a purpose that seemed almost predatory. The hull was scarred with what looked like battle damage, but the damage seemed intentional, as if the ship wore its wounds as decoration. Captain Lisa of the destroyer Vengeance smiled grimly as her ship emerged from the asteroid field. Her vessel was a prototype, built in secret using technology reverse-engineered from captured alien artifacts. While the Empire had been busy conquering distant worlds, Earth scientists had been studying, learning, and preparing. "Target there. Command ship," she ordered. "Let's show them what human ingenuity can accomplish." The Vengeance's weapons were unlike anything else in Earth's fleet. Instead of conventional missiles or energy beams, the destroyer fired projectiles at a significant fraction of light speed. Simple chunks of metal accelerated to devastating velocities by magnetic fields that consumed the ship's entire power output. Admiral Kren's eyes widened as his flagship's shields flared and failed under the impact. The primitive projectile punched through armor that had withstood plasma cannons and antimatter bombs. Alarms screamed across the bridge as system after system went offline. "Impossible," Kren whispered. "Their technology is centuries behind ours." "Captain," Lisa's voice crackled over the communication channels. "You're right, Admiral. Our technology is primitive compared to yours. But we've learned something during our short time among the stars. Sometimes the simplest solution is the most effective. You built shields to stop energy weapons and exotic matter. You never considered that someone might just throw rocks at you really, really hard." The tide of battle shifted in an instant. The arrival of the Vengeance had proven that human ingenuity could overcome superior technology. The rest of Earth's fleet pressed their attack with renewed confidence, while the Empire's forces found themselves facing an enemy that refused to fight by their rules. Admiral Kren ordered a retreat as his flagship limped away from the battle zone. The Galactic Empire had indeed misjudged Earth's fleet, but more importantly, they had misjudged humanity itself. The humans didn't need to match their enemy's technology. They just needed to think differently about how to use what they had. The alien fleet disappeared into hyperspace. Captain Ryan allowed himself a small smile. Earth had won its first interstellar battle not through superior firepower, but through the one advantage that no empire could quantify or counter: human creativity in the face of impossible odds. The stars belonged to humanity now, and the galaxy would never be the same.